Hey there, this is Weather Watchers Worldwide. I'm meteorologist Robert Speta. Hey, there's meteorologist Lee Southwick.
Hey, you're back in studio today.
I'm here today.
Oh, I can't wait to hear all about the rest of your trip. It was so cool that you got to tune in with us and actually bring it to us live from the Kennedy Space Center.
If you weren't here, I was at the Kennedy Space Center live on the Weather Watchers Worldwide.
It was cool.
It was cool. I was under a Saturn V rocket when I was calling in, and whole trip just awesome.
Truly.
Artemis is on the launch pad to Artemis 2, and we're getting excited and just building up for that there, and hopefully we're both there for that launch.
And not only have you been already traveling, this is Weather Watchers Worldwide, and you actually physically traveled south down to. We talked yesterday, even after you had logged off, about how you've been doing all of this work to prep us, the station, our viewers, all about Artemis 2. Mm-hmm. But I'm excited because today we're really going worldwide. You got a lot of stuff for us to talk about.
Jam-packed show here today. This doesn't cover it all, but we're going to talk about the Olympics. Tomorrow's the opening ceremony.
Yes!
Tropical outlook. We got a named storm, a tropical storm in the northern hemisphere that just made landfall.
Oh, man.
And then what day is it? That's
we're going to have Malcolm come out here and guess what day it is.
Well, we're going to answer it right now.
Oh, okay.
We're going to start with that.
Malcolm, come out here and guess.
Do you have any idea? He's like, February 5th.
Here he comes. Yeah. Come on. You can come sit right here. Come sit in my seat.
So today is, of course, Lee and
wait, let him guess.
My favorite day. I'm just giving hints. Okay. It's our favorite day of the year.
Favorite day.
On this date, Bluebell Ice Cream usually comes by and drops off ice cream specifically for the meteorologist, but everybody else can partake.
And I will say, if we say that it's our favorite day, we're being very self-centered.
Oh yeah. This day is coming from us. It's very self-grandizing.
Yeah. Nah, you have to ice cream. And then with the cold stretch we just been having, it might be a little bad, but it's warming up though. So
what day do you think it is?
National.
You almost there?
Ice cream day?
Oh, no!
No? Bluebell Ice Cream Day?
It's a present. How about Bluebell gives us a present?
They're known for giving people in our line of work.
Why would just meteorologists really like this day?
And not just meteorologists, anybody that works in meteorology. So weather observers, weather forecasters. I'm putting Malcolm too much on the spot.
I don't know.
All right,
I feel like
I'm gonna give it. It's National Weather Person's Day.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was something to do with ice cream. So
it does have to do with ice cream.
It does.
With a spoon.
Bluebell is famous for National Weather Person Day,
Yeah.
stopping by.
I love that when we get to bring the people behind the scenes on your screen. So now Malcolm is one of the amazing directors and producers of this show. All of our digital streaming stuff. He does awesome work for us every week.
You know what? And we could celebrate him too, because he's following along here on Weather Watchers Worldwide, Weather Impact Live in the afternoon. Because Weather Watchers Day or Weather Person's Day is not just about meteorologists, it's about anybody that has worked in the field of meteorology. It all goes back to John Jeffries, who was an early kind of weather observer in the United States. He's one of the first ones, actually, in 1774 to 1784. He took weather observations. The movie The Aeronaut, it's loosely based on him because he took a balloon flight across the English Channel and took weather observations trying to get an idea of the atmosphere. Cool dude. Cool guy right there. And now today we celebrate him. National Weather Person's Day.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
Yeah, fun. All right, let's jump over to Olympics. So I know they got a storm. They got some high pressure in place now, some clear skies out there. In fact, but look at the west, just west of Milan and Cortina. The radar is showing some massive weather.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I mean, this could be good news for the higher elevations. We could be looking at a little snow up there as we go ahead overnight into tomorrow morning. And then hopefully things clear out by tomorrow evening. Lee, I want to show you some video, though, out of Cortina.
Okay.
Because it looks beautiful. And you know what I love about this town? If you say Italian Alps, there you go. That's it. These little winding streets coming through here.
It's so beautiful.
Oh.
I don't like cold, but like we said, those are one of those places that it's beautiful enough, snowy enough that, you know what? All right, I tough it out to go there.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's one of those spots where I wouldn't want to. I want to visit, living and working. It's just, this is your daily. This is not just preparing for the Olympics. These guys do this every day.
Do you think that you still eat a lot of gelato?
Yeah, because it's just there's snow everywhere.
Yeah.
No, they're espressos here. They go with the hot coffee.
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. Warm pasta. And,
oh yeah, there you go.
I know every city and every region is known for a different type of food, so I don't want to just assume, like pasta and whatever. But we need to look
you
at that.
Americans.
I bet they do. I mean, now I'm like leaning more towards like Switzerland probably, but some good fondue, like the cheese.
I mean, that's just like right
cheese.
over the hill.
It is.
I'm sure.
So it's all right there. Some good.
But
warm.
I mean, a lot of people
that little
realize,
dog is way too. Look at his little paws.
But he's
Get
got
him
a
off the
sweater on.
snow. But his paws.
But a lot of people don't realize the Alps here, from the France to Italy to Switzerland, that's like going from northeast Florida to southeast Georgia. Like the distance between them.
But it's uphill.
Yeah, oh yeah,
and then
there's a pretty steep hill in the middle that you have to kind of go around, but they're very close to each other.
They are, and that's why I know there's this like joke where people will go over to Switzerland, vacation in Switzerland, and they'll jump over to Italy to be able to afford food because I guess apparently it's really expensive to eat in Switzerland.
Oh gosh.
So I don't know. That's a joke I see pop up on my Instagram algorithms because obviously Italy keeps popping up with the Olympics, and everyone, I guess people pop over to Italy on their Switzerland vacation.
Well,
to eat some good pasta for a lot cheaper.
Now you can go watch the Olympics while you're at it here. And we're excited about it, of course. Tomorrow night is the opening ceremony. Do want to take a look, actually, at the forecast for Milan here. Rain potential in the morning.
Yep, in the morning. So shouldn't be too disruptive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because by the afternoon, the evening, it's going to be kind of cloudy out there. Temperatures into the 50s. Saturday, still the 50s. You see all these 50s, and you go, hold on, this is the Winter Olympics.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, 50s is cold, first and foremost.
Okay.
Sorry. To us, locally.
But that's not where a lot of the indoor events are taking place here. Figure skating, curling. But what else?
This is a great trivia. What are indoor?
What are indoor figure? Speed skating, hockey, Milan.
Ooh, hockey, yes, that's a good one.
Then we talk about bobsled, snowboarding, skiing, the fun ones, in my opinion. No offense to all the other ones, but I am a snowboarding and skiing.
I thought you were really into hockey.
Okay, I do like hockey,
and I love the figure skating.
I do like hockey. But I am definitely more partisan to the big jumps in big air and everything like that for skiing and snowboarding.
Cool.
And also, I just like watching luging and just thinking, oh, goodness, this is insane.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Do you also get like nervous where you kind of like, it's so interesting, but it makes you so nervous to watch. Yeah, really.
Oh, goodness. There was an SNL sketch last week. Did you see that one?
No.
Oh, it's all of the different, it's like they're saying all the different athletes from different sports in the Winter Olympics, and they're like, I strive to be the best. And then the one who does the luge is like, I hold on and pray I don't die. Oh my God. And then they're like, I have to drink before I start.
Oh, that is funny. That's funny.
I respect you guys. I mean, I don't know how you prepare. I imagine luge is like, as a kid, you just were sledding, and you're like, I could do this.
You're like, let's take this to the extreme.
Let's get this really slippery and go.
Just real adrenaline rush.
But hey,
cool.
They're more talented than me because I would not make it. let's talk about this is still big change up here. Also before we go on, Winter Olympics start tomorrow night. I know tomorrow morning on GMJ we're going to have a bunch of Winter Olympic stuff here on First Coast News.
So fun.
And then what all week? It was 2-3 weeks, right?
I think it's 2 weeks. Yeah, end of February. I'm off tomorrow, and I have big plans.
Oh,
like Grayson, my husband, and we are ordering Italian food, like Italian takeout, doing like a whole spread, pizza, pasta, some garlic knots, and we're gonna just do a whole spread as we watch the opening ceremony.
Neat.
Yeah,
I like
we
that.
should do it. Everyone should do that. Have a watch party right here on NBC 12. Have a watch party and cook up some Italian. Or if you're lazy like me, on my one off day, I'm like, I'm not cooking, but I will get some Italian takeout and watch it.
Yeah, all right.
Get in the mood.
I think I'm gonna give me some gelato.
Yeah.
You got me in the mood for gelato.
Ooh, like a lemon gelato is so good. Pistachio.
Let's go to this real quick. So this is a story I've been talking about for a few weeks now.
His heart is breaking.
I am obsessed with this little guy. So you can see just to the right.
Just a little guy now.
Little guy. He's about the size of Connecticut. He's a big boy. It's this iceberg.
Little compared to what he was.
Yeah. So this iceberg broke off of Antarctica in 1980 in the Weddell Sea. 1986, excuse me. Been floating around out there. Now you can see he's there around South Georgia. Then here he's west of it on January 13th. And then on January 22nd, still off there towards the north and west. But look at February 2nd. He's much further towards the north. He's located right about here. And I've noticed in the last few images, he's even moved further towards the north, which means this 40-year-old iceberg that has been floating around in the South Atlantic for 40 years, obviously, is going to be going to its end soon. And it puts a little perspective on life, I guess. I don't know. I just feel for this iceberg. It's insane. But thing is, it will not raise sea levels or anything like that. It is an ice cube in water. If an ice cube melts, it doesn't raise up the level of the water. But I've been occasionally checking in.
It is so funny to watch you talk about this because you get very philosophical, like, oh, what does it say about life? And then you're like, and then science, by the way.
Yes,
not raising
yes.
Science. Levels. But it is very fascinating and interesting. And I thank you for keeping all of us updated on it.
I try. All right. Do you want to go to a break real quick?
Sure. Quick break. And then we got a lot of cool things to talk about coming up.
When we come back, let's show some different ice festivals from around the world.
Cold.
I was looking for a graphic. I was like, I got one for this. Cold. Because we're going to talk about, obviously, a lot of this has been about the cold. It's February.
Yeah.
But I got some fun videos for you.
Okay, I'm ready for the ice festival.
All right, let's talk first about, so in Indiana, it got really cold, obviously. The polar vortex come down, all sorts of just winter snow and all that stuff. So the residents of Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Excuse me.
School.
Notre Dame, the school. Let's show the video. Built the Notre Dame.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, you can go inside. Oh, it's like a whole real igloo, like inside.
Like they're gonna straight up hold mass in this thing.
That is incredible.
Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love. Oh, they look at the candles. They got like
tabernacle. Wow.
They got candle holders, and then they got the cross in there. They actually had a little crucifix like molded. Look at that.
Whoa.
Talk about talent. Pretty cool.
How do they do that?
Oh man.
Look, there's even like the design like on the cross there. Like you can
Yes.
see like details.
Wow. This is I mean,
That's incredible.
what do you do when it's that cold out, I guess, and you go to a Catholic school, like we're going to build a big igloo church. It's pretty cool looking.
That is, yeah. I'm actually so impressed.
I am-
All the little detail with ice. Wow.
I am impressed too. That is, like, I don't know how you start doing that too. Like, I've built snowmen, obviously, but like that type of.
No, I mean, like, again, like the detail, like those little ice. Wow. Well, that is really cool.
Well, if you like that one, let's go across. I've actually been to this festival before a couple times. Love it. We're gonna go over to Sapporo, Japan. This is their ice festival.
Oh my goodness.
There's Shohei Ohtani.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, these things are massive. Some of these sculptures that they have out there are like the size of a building, like that one.
Whoa.
Like, it is so cool. Now remember, this is in that spot of Japan that gets like the sea effect snow. So they just like Sapporo is, I think it's like the top 2 or 3 city over 100,000 people with the highest amount of snowfall.
Wow.
In the world.
So when you go here, this is going to sound dumb, probably, because I have never lived in a sea effect or lake effect area. Well, I mean, we technically had a little bit of sea effect here recently.
Right.
But, so that's a lot of snow.
Yeah.
All at once. Does it ever impact the sculptures here? Like, does it cover them? Does it bury them? And so you have
That's
to,
a good
like,
question. So they actually get somebody out there like sweep it
They
off.
do? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
we were debating, is that Gengar or is that Boo from Luigi's Mansion?
I was literally about to say that's Boo. So
Okay.
I don't know. That's
Well, Malcolm thought it was Gengar.
okay.
And I was like, I think that's Boo from Super Mario.
That's what I thought, but I don't know. I'm not an expert at that. I didn't play a lot of video games and stuff.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to figure out what this is here. It feels like it's some sort of god or something. It looks cool.
It looks
big.
really cool. That's amazing.
Yeah, but that's and this is right outside Sapporo. Actually, one of the spots for the Winter Olympics. What, in the 80s? Yeah,
Okay.
the Winter Olympics there.
Well, that makes sense if they're one of the top 3 snowiest bigger cities.
I actually think that's what that tower is right there, the one they keep on showing with the clock right there.
Yeah.
That was put up during the Sapporo Winter Olympics. So,
Very cool.
Yeah, it's I guess very fitting.
And since you said that you've been there, you obviously lived in Japan for a very long time. It is my dream to go there. I've talked to you about that plenty. I do want to go there. Is this the region where ramen is really big or from? Or is that, I know it's supposed to be snowy wherever ramen's from.
Yeah, specifically Sapporo, it's curry ramen.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Oh, it's so good because like if it's that cold out, curry warms you up, but then ramen,
Just the two together?
and then you get yourself a nice little Sapporo beer. Oh
Yeah.
all that comes together.
You're nice and warm.
Actually, right near the ice festival where all this is the Sapporo Beer Factory. So you can go to this and then you can walk to and get a tour of the beer factory.
And warm yourself
and
up
get
after
yourself a nice
walking.
bowl of curry ramen. And
Oh, that sounds so good.
there's your vacation plans right there.
All right. Sign me up. Next winter, I'm gone.
That's it. On your way. National Weather Person's Day.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked a lot about the cold. I do want to switch gears a little bit here. I want to talk a little bit about the tropics.
Oh, right. Okay. So we checked in with you in the tropics. We were watching the Philippines.
Yes, we were. And now this storm has been upgraded to a tropical storm.
Okay.
It is called Penha by the Japan Meteorological Agency, Basang in the Philippines. They get two names because the Philippines they do their own thing. But it did wrap up pretty decently just prior to landfall here. It's moving across, a big island there in the south is Mindanao. It's moving across there. Big rainmaker. So they've already reported some flooding out there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's moving toward the west. And the thing is, it's not expected to become like a big bad storm, but it's going to be just a massive rainmaker.
Which is, what a mess. And I'm sad that they're already reporting flooding and it's still got to work its way across. And
I think one of the other things is it's a very mountainous terrain there. So you get a lot of that moisture runs up the mountains. And then it hits orographic lifting. It'll also run down into the valleys. And that's been there's a city, Cagayan de Oro. It's in northern Mindanao. But that's one of the spots probably the highest prone for some flooding. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see some videos over the next few days of some pretty serious flooding coming out of
mudslides, landslides too with that terrain. And like you said, when these systems hit mountainous regions, they'll rain themselves out. It's a lot of rain all at once.
And what's kind of interesting though, we pull back this picture and we were just showing that video out of Japan. So like the interaction on this tropical system is somewhat tied to the snowfall they're seeing there. Because you can see how the sea effect comes out here. It drops right where the arrow is where Sapporo is. And then that moisture wraps around and that moisture is kind of feeding into this tropical system.
Wow.
Isn't that like mind blowing?
That is so cool. Weather is so cool.
It is
connected.
Everything is connected.
Everything is connected.
It just blows my mind sometimes. And this is why we do Weather Watchers worldwide. Yeah. Because it's not just your local area, but you want to know like what's happening on the other side of the world, what's going on upstream, what can happen there, because eventually it rolls down and it impacts you in your neighborhood as well. So shout out to all our friends out here in the Philippines who are being impacted by this storm system. It is definitely some fairly rough weather out there today.
And showing the deep tropical energy again, like you said, that's why unfortunately not a surprise that it did develop fully because it had lots of energy to feed off of and form.
So good news, it will eventually weaken out. I think the big thing is the dry air is going to come into its sheer as it moves a little bit further towards west because it is still February. So it has this moment of development. But the Western Pacific is interesting because there is no like hurricane season. It's basically all year round. There's always that chance of something developing. But we got like 5 more minutes. We could take this back home and kind of round up here what's going on in the southeast.
Cool. Let's do it. It's chilly out here locally today. We got it was rainy and misty this morning, gray and dreary. And we've been dealing with wildfires. Yeah, that's been kind of the big thing. When I was driving back from Kennedy yesterday, fire, smoke. I didn't physically see the fire, but you can see like the big smoke plumes. I saw about 4 of them on the way back. And I'm glad you pulled this in because this is new as of today, this morning. This is the new drought monitor. It comes out every Thursday. And unfortunately, more of our area now under extreme drought. Everyone under some sort of drought. Just a little bit moderate in the Brunswick area, St. Simon's Island. And then it goes to severe for most of us. And now, unfortunately, extreme, spreading even more. And right on the line, one of those that we've been watching closely that still, despite the rain, was causing issues this morning for the morning commute was along I-10 between McClenny and Sanderson. And you can see right in that area, it goes from severe to extreme. But The moral of the story is everywhere is dry. We can see these little brush fires pop up everywhere. Hopefully they become contained. If not, that's when we're talking about wildfires. We were watching Hilliard, Interlaken. Even yesterday, we had crews out around watching the bigger fires, but just on radar, I could see some little brush fires popping up in southern St. Johns County, southern Flagler County, closer to A1A. You can see the smoke on radar if it's big enough. And so I was seeing some of those starting to billow as well yesterday. And so now that we saw the rain today, the air isn't as dry. It's pretty moist out there. So our fire danger overall isn't as high today. But unfortunately, it does ramp back up starting Friday, and then it gets high again and towards those critical levels over the weekend.
Yeah, and that's going to be one of the big issues this weekend. Right now, thankfully, that rain, the moisture kind of pushing on through. But the other thing is the wind, too. I mean, the last few days we've had that. So you get a little like just spark, and then it starts to spread, and it can go really quickly and a lot faster than what people think. And I think what blows a lot of people's minds, people think Florida and they don't think drought. Like, because there's a lot of swamp. Mm-hmm. But those freezes we got recently is really contributing to this too, because now we have a lot of dead weeds around.
Right. It dries everything out. It kills everything. And another thing, how we just talk about how the world, everything's connected, but our weather through all seasons are connected. So we were all grateful that we didn't have big tropical impacts this year. But when you don't get tropical impacts, you have a worse drought usually and so that's another, just leading into the dry season, we were already dry. We already had less rain than normal. So we were starting out dry. Now we have the freezes, it's made things worse, made things drier and more prone to fire.
Want to reiterate, we're not saying that we would want a hurricane.
Nope. I said we were grateful. We were still grateful that we did not have tropical impacts. It's just connected.
But we didn't even get like the fringes of a tropical storm or anything like that, where you get like that steady deluge of rain that helps replenish the aquifers. So it's just been exceptionally dry.
Yeah.
But here's a look at our 7-day. There is more dry weather in the forecast. I am enjoying that Wednesday there.
I would say we like the warm up. Unfortunately, also when it's warmer and dry, it's a worse fire risk. So again, it's like, dang. But also, I personally am really excited for the warm weather. I want to get out and ride my bike. I
think one of the big things is just make sure you respect those burn bans.
Yes, please. And not only just respect the burn bans, but even if you're not under a burn ban, please remember that all of us are at risk here across the First Coast. You just saw that drought monitor. All of us are under some sort of drought. So with your cigarettes, or make sure you're not dragging chains like when you're driving, because it can spark, and that's how you get these brush fires along the side of roads and interstates. Just trying to be so careful. If you're grilling, a lot of people might be grilling for the Super Bowl. Please be careful.
Oh, goodness. I didn't think about that. People are trying to use like actual fire. And they cook on those sparks. They go up, they go into the grass nearby, and
or even
you're gonna have something on your hands real fast.
Yeah, last night, or I guess it was still late afternoon, but Ross and I, when we were doing our 4:30 stream, we were talking about the Super Bowl. The forecast looks good. Maybe you're outside with the TV and you do a little fire pit, and we were talking about how fun that would be. And then after, I was like, maybe not. Maybe not a fire pit, actually. No, ignore that.
Fun. Maybe we can hold off on it this time.
It would be smarter to just hold off. It's too dry.
Well, there was a lot to talk about today. I hope you all enjoy the Winter Olympics, so we're definitely getting excited for it. We're going to talk more about it tomorrow on Weather Watchers Worldwide. And as always, thanks for stopping by.
We'll see you guys.
All right, bye.